Hello, it's 26th of October 2024 and I'm back with an update on Nifty forecast. The last update was on 13th September, so it has been a little while. Was busy with some personal engagements and of course was working on the new cycles which are coming out for the S&P and for the Euro USD as requested by you all. So let's see how we have fared up with the Nifty forecast. So last time when we were speaking, we were expecting a pivot on the 15th of September here. This is what we are expecting. The 15th of September was supposed to be high. 19th September was supposed to be a low inversion chance. And then 23rd September was supposed to be high. So let's check how we performed. So this is when we completed the last forecast. So after this we are expecting 15th September was a high. See, we got a high here +1. It's actually 16th September because 15th was a holiday. So we got a high here. And then we were expecting an inversion low on the 19th of September. So if you see, we got an inversion low here, which was 20th of September. Now what is important when you are using forecast is that the low need not be the low of this particular range. It generally is the low from where the next cycle starts, and that becomes a low. So if you see, this is actually a low here and the next cycle starts from here, and then this low was not breached till the next cycle was completed. So this is one thing which you can keep in mind. So it may not be a low which is somewhere here. This is not necessary. So we are expecting a inversion here. The inversion actually happened here. And the next pivot which was announced was a high on 23rd of September. So there was an oversight here in calculation, and this was actually supposed to be the 27th of September, which was supposed to be high. And this actually led to the next forecast date where in fact I made a mistake because this 27th September was actually a high. So if you see, this 27th September actually came in here. This was 27th of September, which actually came in here, 27th September. And then the next, since it was a high, the next pivot is supposed to be a low, which was the 5th of October. So the 5th of October is here. This is 4th and this is 7th. It was a holiday, so it came on the 7th of October because there was a weekend in between. So we see that both the pivots actually came on the right time, but the polarity changed because of a oversight. Now next, in fact, continued here, and then in fact we had announced next as a 11th October high after this. So 11th October high was here, which was one day off, 11th October high, and then we had announced a 17th October low. So this was 17th October low, which came one day later. After this, again a 25th October high was announced, and this was supposed to be a 25th October high, but then we had an inversion in between, which I had announced recently, that there was a Mars ingress which happened, and this was not calculated. So we had a inversion here on the 21st. So when the inversion happened on the 21st, the next pivot actually became a low, which was the 25th. So what I'm expecting now is that 30th October is going to be high. That is what is the expectation. A couple of things which I want to highlight here is that if you see, there was an oversight which was there, but then if you see, all the pivots which were announced actually happened. The polarity changed, but the pivots were bang on. Now this is the beauty of the lunar cycles. If you are a little careless at times, you may miss the polarity, but then generally the dates will be matched with the highs and the lows. Another beautiful thing is that those who've got this pro indicator, it didn't allow you to make a mistake, because here if you see, it gave a upswing, so you know that you are going up, and then when this broke, this entire range was available. Here there was no sign, so definitely there was no sell call which got generated. And then the next high again which broke here, the uptrend continued, and then we had a downtrend which started from here. We got a signal here which was a trend change here, and then of course this entire move we got here in this particular direction. And then of course there was no uptrend signal here. The uptrend signal came here, but then this didn't mature because there was no close above this. So we continued down here again, and then the down signal came here. So this signal, pro signal which comes, actually becomes a kind of an indicator which helps us in determining whether the cycles, whether the polarity is changing, or it makes us a little cautious in taking trades. It at least will not allow you to make mistakes. One more interesting thing is, if you see, just follow the trend lines here. The way the trend lines get formed, the way the nice supports come in, this also indicates that this particular move, this particular cycle is taking place in the right manner. If you see here also how the supports and the resistances hit, this is another beautiful, like, classic example of how lunar cycles work. Have a look here. The dates were announced much in advance, and how it takes support from this date to this date. It actually takes supports on this line. So this is another way where you can actually calculate the price ranges, since you don't have the price mechanism of GAN right now. You're just learning the lunar cycles is what you're actually exploring here. So this is a beautiful way of kind of projecting the prices, because usually the prices will come to rest on this particular trend line, or they will actually form a resistance here. That is how it is. So good. This was a interesting month, September, October. A challenging one though, but such periods usually come in the year, so we have to be prepared, and we have to be very fast and agile to make amends. Next week is going to be very interesting, because there is the US election coming up, and that will have an implication on the entire world stock markets. So if I have time, I'll try to come up with a forecast on that. What is the forecast near the US election, and whether we can see, whether we can predict as to who actually is becoming the president of the United States of India, using our lunar cycles and assumptions based on the lunar cycles. I don't promise it. If I have time, I'll definitely do a video. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful month end ahead. Enjoy. Bye bye.